Everybody, welcome back to Planet X News. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel. I'm here with our Planet X physicist, Dr. Claudia Albers. Doctor, how are you this evening?
I'm very well, thank you, Scott. And how are you?
I'm not too bad at all. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I was sent a piece of video from the International Space Station by one of my subscribers. John, I have to thank you very much for sending that in because, you know, it starts raising a lot of questions. And ladies and gentlemen, if you take a look at my Planet X News logo that's on your screen right now, what would you say if you were out in space and you saw the Earth was purple, almost a magenta color? What would you think? I mean, we are all used to seeing the Earth in pictures and videos with its white clouds and its blue oceans. Well, what would you think if you saw the Earth as a purple sphere? Pretty unusual, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have the video, a short video clip of what John captured live on the International Space Station feed. And it only goes to corroborate what we've been talking about for quite a long time. Some people have been talking about this for over 35 years because they were knee-deep in the beginning stages of Planet X research. I've been into it a long time myself. And it seems that we're starting to see a lot of the signs of what was said that would happen in a very systematic way. All the way down from our skies changing, the sun, the moon, the stars. And now more and more people are starting to be very observant. Ladies and gentlemen, my email has just been absolutely flooded over the last 3 weeks. To the point where, I mean, I would literally have to hire a team of people to go through all of this information and all of this data. Pictures, video, you know, written accounts of what people are seeing, what they're experiencing. It's just absolutely amazing. But in the same sense, you know, it does have its times of, well, I'll just use the word. Sometimes the word fear comes out. You start to worry about what is happening, worrying about the unknown. But just like I said, and I will continue to say, don't be scared, just be prepared the best that you can. You know, a lot of what we try to show you and what the doctor tries to teach you is for your understanding. So maybe that fear isn't so intense. At a time of crisis, you'll be able to react and think clearly. That's one of our main goals. Showing you the evidence. And tonight, we're going to show you a little bit more. It's not going to be a whole major picture show, but I want to show you this video, and this was captured on the ISS, and it was the Earth looking pretty purple. Now, I'm sure that there is some debunking explanation for it, and I'm sure the debunking videos will be pouring all over YouTube after this live stream. But frankly, we don't care. One other announcement, folks. I started today building a new Planet X website, a little bit more of an interactive website. Now, I still have the blog website, Nibiru PlanetX2016.com. All of the videos that go up on my channel and the doctor's channel, they are all shared on that blog. But I wanted to put together a better website that was a little bit more interactive for me and you guys. Also, because of so many of the censorship constraints, this new website helps out a little bit better. And I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen real quick, and we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. And I want all of you to just check it out. It's a pretty cool website. I started working on it very, very early this morning. And the website address is planetxresearcher.com. Now, in the link, or excuse me, the link is in the description box under this video. It will always be in the description box under all future videos. Folks, what I'd ask you to do is bookmark this site and save it. Right now, YouTube is clipping some of my videos. They're just doing all kinds of things across their entire platform, not just to me, but to many, many others. And it's mainly channels like mine and truther channels, channels that are controversial in what they talk about and what they discuss. But, there is that thing called freedom of speech, at least in this country. But that's vastly coming to an end. It's happening. And there is so much happening around the world right now. I'm going to continue to work on the development of this new website, and I try to make it kind of basic. And you have your home button here, and if you scroll down, there will be daily videos posted up here every single day, and these videos are linked directly to YouTube because they will be on YouTube. I just put some examples up here today. The website is live. And we have a section here for the doctor's physicist reports. Now, a lot of you have been purchasing the reports, and you're utilizing those reports on your own YouTube channels to help spread the word. If you want a list, simply just click on the download button, and here is a complete updated list of all 36 articles that the doctor has written so far since she has been here in the United States. I think she's actually written, what do you think, Doctor, about 175 reports?
Oh, I'm not even sure, Scott. I know it's over 100 for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't even know anymore.
Well, I think you were at like 130, and then you know, when you came to the United States, 37 more. So yeah, you're probably at about 170 reports.
Yes, possibly.
You can click on that link, and you can pick out the number of the report, the name of the report, and there is also a PayPal link. You can go. The reports are $10, and believe me, we have a lot of people that are utilizing this right now to help spread the word on YouTube, and they're doing their own videos based on the doctor's reports, and it's working out very, very well for everyone. Now, down here, you have the Planet X News blog video page. Every single video is right here. You can simply click on any of them. It takes you right to the blog page, and click on the video, and there you have it. So, I mean, it kind of keeps you off YouTube a little bit. I hate to say that, but the videos go right back to YouTube anyways. So it's just another avenue for us to, keep in touch with you guys. You can bookmark this site, and you can come back and you can check out what we're doing as far as our Planet X research goes. Now, I'm also going to include daily photographs of what is actually coming in, the captures that I'm making, things that other people are sending in. And, this will also be a little bit easier for me than having to produce, multiple videos on all of this information. I'm going to be posting these photographs every single day. So you'll be able to simply click on one of them, and there's your picture. And this is the picture that we were talking about yesterday with Prep Aussie. And you can actually leaf through the photographs. And again, I'll be uploading photographs daily. And here was our X flare, the 9.3, as they categorized it, coming from the sun. But moving back to the top, Current video uploads, we went over that. If you click up here, this takes you directly to the Planet X News, Nibiru Planet X News Facebook page. If you want to peruse more of the articles or go directly to Facebook, there you go. The link is provided for you. Right over here where it says more, you'll have a link to the photo gallery. Also the book that Dr. Albers wrote. There's a direct link to purchase the book on Amazon. It's available in both Kindle and paperback. So that link is provided for you right over here in the More section. Here's a link to the Planet X News YouTube channel. Here's a link to the doctor's channel. Simply click on the link, takes you right there. Everything is set up pretty good. I'm going to be working on this a lot more. All of the other channels that we have, they are listed right here as far as YouTube links. And for all of you that don't know about our Planet X News Facebook page, there's a link to it right there. Good interactive page. You could upload your photographs. You could send instant messages. And I think we have over 10,000 followers. And we reach a lot of people every single day. Works out very well. Now, we have the new Planet X Researcher website. The link is in the description box. Follow it. Now, folks, what I'm going to be setting up also for all of you that email me, there are big complaints that people are not getting notifications of live stream events and also video uploads. Right now, I'm working on solving that situation 100% and putting it into my hands. So we all know you get your email. You may not get a notification about a video upload or a live stream, but you get your emails. So this is going to give me an opportunity with my technology to make sure that each and every one of you that are subscribers and followers, you'll get an email. You'll get an email notifying you of any video uploads, any live stream events, and that information will be right there in your email box, and you can go to it at any time you want. So this way we know that the information is getting to you. It's going to take me a couple of days to get all of that set up. It's a lot of data work, but I should have it done in a couple of days. Okay, so now we have all of the Planet X News and the Planet X Researcher website out of the way. Doctor.
Yes, Scott.
What do you think about this purple picture? Pretty nice, isn't it?
It's beautiful. The purple is beautiful. It's just not normal for our planet to look purple. But I see there's still a bit of blue, just at the edge, there's a bit of blue. But of course, our planet's supposed to be blue, and it's supposed to be blue because our atmosphere scatters the blue color out of the white light that comes from the sun. So the rest, which is the green and the red, goes right through, because we can divide white light into 3 main frequencies, which is red, green, and blue. And the blue is therefore scattered by the atmosphere, so it goes in all directions. The rest, which is the green and the red, goes through to the surface. And that's why the sun is supposed to look yellow and the atmosphere blue. But what we have here is purple. And the way we get purple is by mixing red and blue. But if you mix red and blue equally, you get pink or magenta. Right? If you add a bit of extra blue to the pink, then you're going to get purple. So this would be an atmosphere illuminated by magenta light with some additional blue, which is scattered by the atmosphere anyway. So if we have a light source that is emitting pink light, and you will illuminate the atmosphere with that, because there's supposed to be blue there already, you would get purple. And that's what we have here. So it means that the atmosphere is being illuminated by pink light, basically.
I'm just answering a question here in the live chat real quick.
So that would be in addition to the light coming from the sun. So this would be an extra light source.
So the color magenta, it's really not a color. It's basically a made-up color.
Yeah, I mean, all colors that we see are a mixture of the different frequencies of visible light. So we have the main ones, which are red, green, and blue. Those are called the primary colors. All other colors are made out of the primary colors. And magenta is a secondary color, because if you mix two primary colors equally, which is the red and the blue, and you get magenta.
Now you're just not making these color combinations up, are you?
No, of course not. I used to teach this to my students.
I'm just joking with you. Take it easy, Doc. Take it easy.
Okay.
Yeah, so folks, I was kind of wondering. I didn't really know what colors mixed together in visible light created that color magenta. And this color magenta's it's always been one of my favorite colors. I actually had a black Harley Davidson at one point in time years ago, and loved the color so much. Harley Davidson makes a special color called purple. It's a combination of a blue and a purple with heavy metallic flake, and it's kind of in this category over here where you see my cursor. And just fell in love with the color. But I'm not used to seeing the world that we live in
yes,
looking like that.
That's right.
Now this was caught by the International Space Station. And folks, look, it's just not a picture that I added some color and contrast to. Let's just collapse this, and I'll just show you the video loop that was sent in by John. And yeah, he was a little startled by what he was seeing right there. Even the solar panel reflector right here on the space station is purple. And we've seen this purple color before being reflected off of the space station. Going back this summer, there were a rash of photographs and videos being sent in to me, asking about the same subject matter. But we weren't seeing the Earth in this purple cast. We were just seeing some kind of rusty pink cloud cover very, very far down below. Now, all of a sudden, the Earth seems to be turning purple.
I know, it's very strange. It's definitely not normal.
In a situation like this, dealing with space, I'm going to go ahead and just play this video. It's going to loop back and forth, folks. So we'll just leave this in full screen. It's just going to loop back and forth, but it's just, just to show you that nothing was doctored on the video. Now, if you were an astronaut in the space station and you were looking out one of the porthole windows and you saw everything turning purple, and you're a scientist, so what would be the first thought that came to your mind about what was happening and why you were seeing this?
Well, I can explain this way. First of all, the atmosphere looks blue usually because it's being illuminated by light from the sun. If there was no light from the sun, the atmosphere would look black because there would be nothing illuminating it, right? So our atmosphere, usually this would be blue as the ISS moves along, then what passes underneath it is blue. And it's blue because there's light coming towards the eyes of the person or the camera. And that light is blue light, which comes out of the white light that comes from the sun. So what we see there still, we see at the edge, we see some blue, and that's still coming from the sun. It's part of sunlight. But the rest of the atmosphere doesn't look blue because there is additional light illuminating that. You cannot have a purple atmosphere without having that light illuminating the atmosphere, because Earth is a planet. It doesn't produce its own light. It's not a light source. So it has whatever light comes off the atmosphere is reflected back towards the ice, must come from somewhere. So the moment I look at the atmosphere and I see that it's purple, I have to realize that there has to be a light source that is illuminating our atmosphere in such a way that purple light comes back to my eyes.
Now, let me ask you something. Do you remember? You may not.
Mm-hmm.
And ladies and gentlemen, maybe you guys remember, maybe you don't. But I think it was many months ago, maybe 4, 5, 6 months ago, maybe even longer than that, I did a video piece on the skies turning purple first thing in the morning down in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
It made all of the news stations. It made all of the newspapers. People were sending in photographs, subscribers of mine from Texas. I forget the specific area. They all woke up to go to work early in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and the skies were this color. They were purple. And it rained. And, you know, the song from Prince came out, Purple Rain. Mm-hmm. That was the headlines for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos on YouTube, all over Facebook, all over Twitter. The weatherman in that area, he had some kind of a little bit of an explanation. He looked kind of dumbfounded. The newscasters, they looked pretty dumbfounded. But when I saw the photographs, and I saw so many of them, the sky was this color, purple.
Mm-hmm.
Very unusual, you know. And once again, folks, I'll repeat myself. In your lifetime, even when you were a kid, do you ever remember seeing your sky purple? So do you think something unusual is happening, or do you think this is just a natural phenomenon? So I'm almost 50 years old. In my 50 years, I've never seen purple skies except what I saw in the photographs from Texas and a few times on the ISS over this past winter. Briefly. But now, here we are, beginning of September 2017, and we have a purple Earth. Well, what seems to be the purple Earth. Doctor, what do you make of the small object right down here? I mean, I'll have to zoom with the photograph, but it looks like it could appear to be the moon. But yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do here real quick.
Yes, initially it looks white, but then when you look carefully, it looks like it may be some purple underneath, or it may be. Look at it.
Yeah,
there's
so
purple around it, like it's a cloud, and very strange.
This was a still shot that I took of the video, and John, the subscriber who sent the video in, he said, "Well, hey, you know, the Earth's purple. What do you think that white object is?" And I quickly referred back to him in the email, and I said, "John, it's probably the moon." And I explained to him the doctor's thoughts on this magenta color. And then I took the still photograph and zoomed into it. And this is as far as I could zoom into it right now. I could crop this out and we can look at it a little bit closer. But you can clearly see a bluish cloud here. And it starts to turn more red as we go around. And that is a pretty good distance around this spherical object. So I'll tell you what, we're not even going to mess around anymore. I'm going to see if I could just edit this, get a crop. Why won't this thing work? There we go. See if we can't get a little bit of a better look at it.
It looks very strange, I must say.
Yeah, there's another little purple thing right here. I could see now that I blew that up.
Well, so I don't think that's the moon. The moon cannot look like that, Scott. So that's one thing that I don't think it is, and that's the moon.
Yeah, that's about as far as I'm going to be able to get it to.
You know, that kind of coloring around it would suggest to me that it's having plasma discharges from it. It may be a moon to one of these objects that are close to the Earth. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's our moon. Oh my, look at that. It's got these purple spikes coming out of it.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very odd. I mean,
wow. It's looking.
That would definitely make me think, oh wow, look at that.
Oh my goodness, what is that?
Now that would definitely make me think that this is not the moon, because how would the moon have this type of a gaseous cloud formation in these colors?
Yes. That's not possible.
Yeah, that's definitely not too much there. Yes, let's save a copy of this, and there seems to be something off over here out of the picture.
Yes, that's right.
That's definitely very strange.
It is. I agree.
I wish I could zoom into that even more, but all it's going to do is pixelate.
Also, above that object, there seems to be a blue cloud of some sort.
Yeah, there's definitely something there. See, we can't.
Well, you know, the inner solar system is full of debris and cloud or dust, and so it's not surprising that we can find some of this stuff just outside our atmosphere. Basically, this is in our atmosphere. It's only at 400 kilometers up. This is the ISS, unless they're looking out further into space, but I don't think so, since they were looking at the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's the best that I could get it zoomed in, unless I want to take a closer look at it, but it won't allow me to zoom in, so we'll just take it to another level.
Okay. Well, that looks interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Well,
it could be a device, you know. Very strange looking device, but
I don't know. That kind of looks like, I mean, it definitely looks like a spherical object of some kind.
Yeah. Almost spherical. It's not quite spherical. It's almost
it's got the cloud formation over it there.
Or semicircular.
Yeah, it seems to be covered down here. Let's see if we could just. We'll save this. We'll save this in the Nibiru file. Let's go here and see if we can get it blown up on the big screen here. Hopefully we could zoom in. There we go. Huh. Yeah.
Very strange. Well, there's a lot of magenta on it, but that could be because it's reflecting the magenta light. but the white part would be, it may be emitting light from there, but then that would make it a light source, because otherwise that part, if it was reflecting the light, should be reflecting magenta as well. So it seems to be emitting. Very strange.
Yes, it is. It is very, very strange, and I could sense the concern in John's email.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, the Earth is purple. What's this object?
Yeah.
And I don't know if he zoomed in on it or did any of the quick work that we just did right here. But, well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I mean, I don't know what that object is. Anybody can say, oh, yeah, that's the moon. But then whenever you zoom in on it, like, you know, we just did right in front of you, add a little color and contrast to bring out what the object is. And now we see this spectacular, absolutely amazing color display around this object. I mean, Doctor, is there any way that this could be some type of electrical anomaly around this object, including a gas, like a combination of the two, producing this wild array of color?
It is definitely possible that this is gaseous plasma, and there are discharges in it producing these colors. It could also be a device with metallic parts, and some of them would be reflecting the magenta colors. I do see a lot of straight lines there, but that could just be pixelation because we have...
oh, yeah, we've blown that up pretty good.
Yeah. So, you know, it could be either a device, or it could be one of these objects that we have close to the sun, and they are surrounded by gaseous plasma, and they often have discharges coming from it. I think either one is possible. We would need more information to figure out which is which.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's pretty amazing photograph. I mean, I you know, folks, I don't even know what to say other than, once again, you know, it's very, very strange. And then, you know, we come to these still shot photographs, and this was taken from a video that Al Len produced, and he videotaped this right out on the street in front of his house. And, you know, as we were examining these photographs, whatever this object is, it's not completely round.
No.
It's all distorted.
That's right.
And then the true object right there definitely looks...
Yeah, that I'm very quite sure what it is, because the white object looks like a moon simulator. The red object looks like a natural gaseous object. So I would think that it's one of these stellar cores with its gaseous envelope, which is emitting this magenta light. And a lot of them are, this is dark red. But if you look at that one, the moon simulator, you see red underneath, blue on one side. And that possibly suggests what the other object we saw may be. It may be a moon simulator in front of a cloud that is red and blue and magenta. We do see some yellow on the top as well. So it may be covering up this gaseous material. It may be in front of it so we don't see it, perhaps.
Well, let's see if we could...
look at that. My goodness.
What the hell is this?
That, you see, usually these simulators are in front of objects that they don't want us to see, and this may be the case here, because it looks like there's a natural object behind it, emitting several colors.
Yeah, well, let's just see what we could come up with. I mean, it definitely doesn't look real to me.
Looks very strange. The straight lines in its edge tell me that it's a device. It's not, you know, the bright white object. That's why I think, and this was at night, so I would think it's a moon simulator.
Yeah, that's definitely not looking good. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that definitely doesn't.
Mm. Yeah, that looks like one of these light sources behind it. It emits several colors. I see some red, some blue, some dirty yellow. That's definitely the colors that I see these objects producing plasma in. I mean, plasma that emits these colors. I was looking at the blue brown dwarf again today, and it had magenta and dirty yellow emitting gaseous plasma right on its surface. So these objects produce plasma that emits these kinds of colors. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, now this was a solar filter that I use
Yes.
every so often to try to bring out some detail and to see if an object is real or not. And whenever I applied this solar filter to this object, again, it does not have anything near a round shape. Listen, I've taken hundreds and hundreds of pictures of the moon in hazy skies, in cloudy skies. I mean, you name it. I've never, ever, ever seen anything shaped like this. And it's just not normal. And in this picture, once again, you can see the red tinge, and nothing else was done to this other than adding this solar filter, as they call it. And this object stayed the same color.
Yes.
So if you go back, this is an inverted look. If you go back, here's the original. See this object? It stays the same color.
Right.
Using the solar filter. Now, to me, that was highly suspect.
Yes.
Right there.
Indeed. Yes, I think the red object is a natural object emitting some kind of reddish magenta light, whilst the other one, that is a moon simulator, is not a real object. It's a device.
Yeah, Al was, he was lucky to catch this. I think he's caught some very, very solid evidence. Now, Doctor, if there was an object, let's say, like this, that was emitting this reddish light,
yes,
off in the distance, and its light source or its reddish color mixing with what we perceive as our blue atmosphere.
Yes.
Well, what do those colors mix up to be?
Magenta, of course.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your scientific analysis on that.
You're very welcome.
Well, well, well.
Indeed, very interesting.
Yeah, now, folks, that really, really starts to make you wonder what the hell is going on. And then, I added some, I took out some color to see if I could see that reddish object a little bit better. And it seems to be, some kind of a little bit of a cloudy, gaseous formation around it. And I'll zoom in as far as I can right there.
Yes.
But, I mean, these are the colors that we're seeing. There's your bluish color clouds.
Yes.
Now, Doctor, in recent studies, these scientists and these astronomers, they're now discovering, and they have discovered, that these brown dwarf stars, they have very, very severe weather systems, like Jupiter.
Yes.
And Jupiter is said to be what?
A gas giant.
And a failed star.
And yes, that's right. We have heard a lot about that. Indeed. I have written quite a bit about Jupiter. I've written a bit about Jupiter as well. made some deductions regarding its gaseous atmosphere. Yeah, I find it very interesting.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You know, ladies and gentlemen, look, I know a lot of this is hard to swallow sometimes, and you think to yourself, no, this can't be true.
Mm.
This can't be happening. There's just no way.
Mm.
Now, I took these photographs myself a couple of days ago. And again, this is not the moon. This is the sun in the middle of the afternoon. And when I took the photograph, look how dark the sky is.
Amazing.
But yet, nothing was done to this photograph. I haven't touched it yet. But take a look at the sun. Do you see the it looks like just a flashlight.
Yes, it does.
Understanding that it was a little bit hazy. But in my email today, I received so many photographs of the sun looking exactly like this. So once again, while we have the opportunity, let's just play around with this a little bit color-wise, and let's see what we find, because I find this is not the first time I've taken this photograph of these rings. So now tell me that doesn't start to look like a lens.
Yeah, it does indeed. It looks like a flashlight with a lens in front of it, which is what I always said the simulator basically is. The sun simulator. So indeed.
So ladies and gentlemen, pay very close attention to the screen right now.
Oh my.
Okay. You're all asking, well, how could this be? How could they make us believe that there's a sun simulator? Well, I took this photograph myself. It's now becoming undisputable. I'm sure there will be people that say, you're crazy, you're nuts, you're a liar, let's debunk this. Well, go right ahead. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But what we're looking at clearly on your screen seems to be a round disc or lens in front of what should be the sun. Now, I did this right in front of your eyes. I haven't touched this photograph, and what we're looking at here is new to me also. I'm going to save a copy of that for future reference. So there we go. That's what we're looking at. Maybe this is the reason why you feel the sun burning your skin instantly, even though the temperature is only about 80 degrees outside, or, you know, it's fair. Well, look at that. I'm going to be sending this picture over to Jeff P. Jeff P's done a lot of investigations into the sun simulator. What are the possibilities that this is truly happening? What does that look like to you, doctor?
Well,
I mean, you could obviously see the orange or the yellowish colored sun, if that's really what that is, but you can clearly see what looks to be a lens.
That's right. It does look like a lens. And it doesn't even look like it's completely clear. As you can see, it looks like one part is whiter than the other, and there's a kind of a pattern on it. Well, this could be because they usually, I think, put a holographic projector with it. But I don't know why it's simulating this sort of shape then. It looks very strange. But it definitely doesn't look like our sun. Definitely not. I mean, our sun would never look like that. you know, if anything, we would see sunspots on it, not this kind of continental structure on it.
I know, right?
Yes.
Now, a few minutes later, I decided to go back out, take another quick photograph, and you could see it was a little hazy. They did chemtrail, I think about maybe 2 hours before, and I haven't touched this photograph either. And this is what I came up with. So while we're here, let's see if we can't pick out something a little bit more on this object. What did we do? We took the light out of it.
Oh my, it doesn't even look circular. I think that the simulators are starting to malfunction. That's what it is. So they don't look right anymore.
Now, this is what they want you to see. Blinding light.
Yes. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's not even circular, Scott.
I know, right? There you go. There's what they want you to see.
Right.
There's what's actually there.
It's somewhat hexagonal. It's almost hexagonal, except for the top part. The bottom part looks hexagonal to me. And, well, I've seen many simulators are hexagonal, so yeah, it's definitely not the sun.
Yeah, that doesn't even look right.
No.
Now, I took another one a few minutes later, and the same thing. Take the light out of it.
Yes. Wow. Amazing. I mean, you see that it's yellow on the edge and the middle is white. There is no way the sun would be like that. If anything, the sun would be opposite. The center would be yellow because that's the brightest part, and then the corona outside would look white or more white. So this is not the sun. So strange.
Yeah, that kind of makes me wonder what exactly that is.
Yeah, well, we can wonder, but basically already know it's a device.
Now look at here's the full picture.
Yes.
Not zoomed in.
And
these are all the pictures I've been getting. Like, I took all of these photographs myself, but the photographs that came in today, what really made me go back and look at these photographs is everything looking very, very similar to what I took.
And there's this reddish haze surrounding this device.
Already.
Noticed.
Exactly.
Yeah. Almost like it's covering up an object that's behind it, that it's perhaps reddish in color.
Look at this.
My goodness.
See, that's what they want you to see. Woo, 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 woo. But we're not falling for that.
No.
Oh, I got to get these pictures over to Jeff P.
Yes.
I hope he sees this. Yeah, the round object in the center, that is really disturbing.
It is indeed.
Well, there's our coloring. I mean, I've changed some of that. Save a copy of this for Jeff P. Yeah, very interesting. There was
Indeed.
the comet, a still photograph of the comet that was supposedly impacted. There was one in British Columbia, and then said to be one
Oh, the
in
meteor, yes.
yeah, in Idaho. What did I say? Asteroid?
I said
Meteor?
you said comment.
Oh, comet. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a little tired. Yeah,
Yeah, it's fine. It's a good thing it wasn't a comet, because a comet in our atmosphere would be very damaging, actually. But let's hope we don't have any comets coming in yet.
yeah, that website development thing today, that took a lot out of me. 10 straight hours of sitting down and trying to coordinate all of that and try to make things right for everybody to enjoy the website, get the information that they need. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, that website, I want you guys to use it. And
Yeah, I think you did a great job on the website, Scott.
yeah, hopefully it makes things a lot easier for people to get notifications. It's going to make things a little bit easier on me.
Yes.
Not being censored,
No.
for what I'm showing everyone.
Yes.
I mean, I've been trying to show everybody the evidence right there in front of them. No fakery, no lens flares, no tricks or anything like that. I want to show you what is happening out there. And listen, folks, we all know what's happening with the entire hurricane situation. I don't even want to get into the weather warfare, because if I do, they're going to flag my video and probably take it down. But the fact of the matter is, we know the technology exists. I've mentioned this before. What an easy way to displace millions and millions of people and millions of gun owners.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say that again.
Yeah.
Texas being number one. I lived in South Florida for 22 years. I know all about hurricanes. I've been through some of the most damaging hurricanes. What we're seeing right now, folks, down there in the Caribbean, and soon to be into the Florida Straits, and then right into the state of Florida, is absolutely going to be devastating. I remember sitting in my car with my father trying to get on Interstate 95 during Hurricane Andrew and trying to get the hell out of the city, trying to drive north. We couldn't even get to the highway. We rode out Hurricane Andrew. It was truly one of the most fearful times of my life. Hearing the wind, it just sounded like they say, it sounded like a freight train. You could hear the trees breaking, the palm trees falling. You could hear debris crashing and flying through the air. Power, forget about it. Water, forget about it. I think the entire state of Florida is going to be in very big trouble. Once again, you're going to take away water, food, and electricity. And you're going to cause massive destruction. Homes, businesses wiped out. Even though they do have some of the best hurricane building codes in the world. But it's going to be devastating, folks. Who's next? This storm's going to cause damage through the entire state of Florida. It's going to hit Georgia pretty good. And most likely South Carolina, North Carolina. And it's predicted to make its way all the way up here where I am in the Northeast in Pittsburgh. I'm looking on some of the futurecast models. I'm looking at 65 to 75 mile per hour winds for almost 20 hours. slowly going from 25 to 35 to 55 to 75 miles per hour. What a way to displace an entire state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it leaves you speechless.
Yeah.
My hopes and prayers are out there to everyone. Both of my children live in Miami with their mother. I've yet to be in touch with them. I do know, and I do remember during Hurricane Andrew, in the hours, well, let's say, the day and the hours before, there was a lot of fighting, looting, violence. And I'm going to be dead honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. There were a rash of shootings after Hurricane Andrew. When the sun came out, later on, as the days went by, between Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties, there was a rash of people that were found shot to death. Miami's a tough, tough city. We're already hearing about things going on down there, and tempers are going to flare. People are going to see opportunity, what they think is opportunity. And, well, you know what I mean. I mean, they were telling people, like they were telling people in Houston, take a magic marker, write your name, date of birth, and social security number on your forearm. That way, when they find your body, they can quickly identify you. Well, alrighty then.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't do that.
Was the mayor of Houston, what did he say? Get out now or you will die. Okay?
Oh, my goodness.
Now, folks, geographically, getting out of the state of Florida, not being able to go south, east, west, going north from all the way in Miami it takes a long time. I've driven it. I've driven from Jacksonville all the way to Miami. It takes hours. Where are you going to go? What, all of a sudden you're going to move what, 15, 20 million people? Where are you moving them to? To a state right above that's about to get hit with the same hurricane that's driving you out of your own city in the south of Florida. Strategy. Think about it. You ever see cowboys round up a herd of cattle? If you haven't, look it up on YouTube. Pay very close attention to the technique that older and modern day cowboys use when they round up a herd. I'm not going to say anything more. Doctor, any last words on the pink and purple earth before we end our live stream and leave everyone with some thinking to do?
Well, of course, Scott, thank you. A purple earth is just not normal, but having a magenta light source, basically a pink star in the sky, is not normal either. And basically that's what it takes. And I have written an article about that and done a video. I do believe there is a light source, at least one, possibly more. I mean, I looked around, it was sunset yesterday, and I looked around, And I saw almost in every direction at the horizon, I saw pink. And that would take several light sources to produce that kind of effect. So what I think we have is several light sources that are pink. It's strange, but it's the only explanation I can come up with.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, we could definitely. I mean, I could definitely see, one of these objects, you know, giving off some light, whatever light there is left from the sun.
mm,
I mean, we don't know how reflective it is. We don't know its exact composition,
mm,
but based on what other scientists and astronomers have been finding dealing with these brown dwarf stars, they are able to rejuvenate. They are able to emit their own light at points.
mm-hmm.
There's a lot of unknown factors, but there
Yeah.
is one thing that is definitely there, and that is the deception.
Mm. Yes, I think these objects are being hidden. I think there is a lot of this information, even in the research that's being done. And I've been writing about it a lot. I think that the brown dwarfs that are being studied and researched are not actually what we are told they are. They are actually old stars that have gone through a process. Where they've gone through a red giant and a white dwarf phase, and they're basically white dwarfs that have lost the ability to emit visible light. I have written a lot about how close they are to white dwarfs, how many of the things that white dwarf stars are known to do, that they can do, like draw plasma from the sun. And it seems these objects cluster, and they're able to rejuvenate. In other words, move back towards the main sequence phase once they meet a star, a main sequence star like the sun. So I think what these objects do is they enter the solar system, they go up to the sun, they go into the sun's corona. They use the sun like a refueling station. They refuel, they are then able to function much like main sequence stars. But I think they don't quite emit white light like the sun does. They start emitting this pink sort of light, but they're light sources, they stars. So then they illuminate the planets in the solar system with that light.
Definitely very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about it.
Yes.
And looking, looking at this object right there, we all saw what was happening with this object.
Yes.
So once again, folks, we're kind of faced with some questions. Do we have the answers? You never know. My job is to be your messenger and show you what I'm coming up with and show you what the doctor is coming up with. And she's giving you, her scientific background on what she's seeing, what she's observing, trying to add some science to it, trying to make it explainable.
Mm-hmm.
Will we ever be able to explain it? Hell, I don't know. But all I know is things are starting to get really scary out there. Things are starting to become very, very serious. And like I've said before, folks, the stage is set. The stage is set.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a scary thought. Very, very scary. But, all we can do, live our lives day by day, gain more knowledge about what is happening around the world, keep up with your observations. And I want to pay some compliments to all of the subscribers to this channel, everyone who follows the doctor and I, and you help out with your photographs, your videos, and your emails, and your observations. And listen, guys, It's just not me and the doctor. It's all of us. Listen to my words. We are all in this together. Remember those two words, two letters, us, we. That's power, man. That is sheer power. And that's the power that they want to take away from everyone. Remember what we're up against. We are up against technology that we know nothing about. We are up against forces that we know nothing about. That is more scary than a rogue planet in the solar system. But there's a reason for everything. Everything that I've documented over the last year and a half, everything that I've researched over the years is leading up to the point where we're at right now. I'm not going to sit here with all of you and say, hell, today's the day. Nibiru's in the sky. Planet X is in the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, make up your own minds. You're making your own observations. You're doing a hell of a job at it. You're opening up your eyes. You're opening up your minds. The blinders are off. You're learning. You're gaining knowledge. And you're putting things together on your own. But together, we're all investigating this. Each and every one of you. I'm glad you're with me. That much is a fact. Listen, folks, help spread the word with the new Planet X Researcher website. The link is in the description box. Go check it out. And again, if any of you want to join in the program with the doctor's reports, all the information is right there at the bottom under Physicist Reports. Start bookmarking that website. Go back to it daily. I'm going to be putting a lot of photographs up there that I just don't put in YouTube videos. I'm going to be putting a lot of information up there that's not going to be going on YouTube. If you want to purchase the doctor's book, the link's over there in the more section. Check out the website. Move around it. I'm going to be adding more things tomorrow. I'm going to be working on it a little bit more tomorrow. But there's so much happening right now that my time's limited. I'm pushing on a 16-hour day as we speak. So is the doctor. But we wanted to jump on here tonight. We wanted to show you the purple Earth.
Yes.
The purple Earth. Somebody write a song about that.
Yeah, and it goes
Purple Earth, purple Earth. My God.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, what's next? Aliens on the White House lawn.
Yeah.
It's coming up,
You
folks.
never know.
Listen, everybody, be safe out there. Pray for our brothers and sisters down there in all of the Caribbean islands, everybody affected by Hurricane Irma. Send your prayers out to everybody in the state of Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina. Anybody that's in the path of this wicked monster they call Irma.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with me tonight. The doctor thanks you also. Stay tuned, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll have another live stream. We have some more information we need to share with you. So make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, set your notifications, get over there to the new Planet X Researcher website. Good night, everybody. Take care.